Hey people, what is up? Welcome to the MWS channel. My name is Maximus and today we have the start of a brand new save on this channel. You can already tell by the title and the thumbnail that it has been decided. It was on a vote on the channel. It was very close, but Nottingham Forest are the team we are going to be starting this save with. They were bottom of the championship. Rotting there. 1 point, new manager Steve Cooper, but we're going to be the manager right here. But no, they're not anymore. Their rivals are now bottom with their points deduction, but none of that matters here as we move into the career starting at the start of the season. We are on EA Early Access, and also you might be able to tell from the headset, we are not on our old thing anymore. That's right, next gen PlayStation. And if you know me, I have been a Xbox player all my life, so it's going to be very difficult. Bear with the gameplay as we start this save off, but there we go. We've made the manager. I thought it was only fitting to get a bit of a maroon suit going on with the stripy tie for the Forest, of course. Don't want any black right on there, and didn't really want much white, but I did go for the white top because the other one looked ugly because, of course, that's Derby's colours, and we want to avoid our rivals as we're going to go for authentic club. And this is just getting excited. The first save of this year. All the new badges and everything. But that's the team we're selecting. 12 million as a transfer budget is not bad as well. A big club worth. A big club in England that need desperate lifting. Oh, and this time we can actually customise the stadium. That's a very nice thing. We can pick which one we want and all the colours and everything. So we are going to go for this one because it does kind of resemble the City ground. I've got to try and change colours if I can though. Seat colour, there we go. We're going to go for red. It has to be red. It is bloody Notts Forest. Go for red all over. Red and red. That looks fine. It's not realistic, really realistic, but it's good. And we do want an actual good net as well. Good, not net, but floor sequence, because of course we are going to be a big club at some point. So we'll go for the stripes. Why not? And then net will leave for now. We should be able to change this later on, but let's get into the save. And if you are wondering what settings I'm putting it on, we've got strict negotiations, disabled transfer, enabled, sterling, 4 minutes, and I'm going to try on legendary. Oh, and here is our little thing, our first press conference meeting, whatever it is, and there we are in the new suit and new haircut, which doesn't really resemble me at any point, but look at that. The kit is held up, we are the manager, and if you think you're going to be in for a wild ride, well, let me tell you, you are. So buckle up, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to try and hit 4K as soon as possible right here without that menu showing up. And we are, of course, we're going to go for the most money and the most challenging of pre-season. So we always simulate them, as I do love this background and everything about it, as we are at the helm of Notts Forest. Said their name quite enough, as we're going to have a look at the team as well. Ratings aren't going to be the best. Of course, a new save. We've got to try and make some changes around the club and lift ourselves to glory. This team should not be where it is. So we've got one player right there who's 75 rated who has no face. We've got to try and get a starting 11 together as well, which I'm going to see to. As I've gone ahead and built as this to start off with. Not much changing at all, to be honest, but this is kind of the 11 I see in real life a little bit, mixed with a couple of my own inputs. So we've got Bryce Samba in goal. I think that's his name. Pretty decent keeper from what I've seen. Makes his mistakes, but makes up for them sometimes. As Drager is a right back. Don't know much about him, but he's pacey. Worrell and McKenna are younger than Eli, that one who was on the reserve to start off with, now on the bench. But I'm going to opt for these two. Do like the partnership, just looking at it. Max Lowe has come from the rivals, who we are going to give a chance at left back. There's always that chance. John McAtee came to Grimsby from Scunthorpe, he's amazing. As let's get out of that, they're not even in FIFA. Myton, there he is, 19-year-old on the wing, looks very, if that menu doesn't get out of my way, looks very promising. Left midfielder, just over Joe Lolly, as we're going to go for Zinkernagel, I think it's pronounced, on loan from Watford. I'm going to try him out. He's done some promising things in real life, still not lifted them off, well, what was bottom spot. As Garner, another Watford ex-man, now on loan from Man United in the middle with Ryan Yates. Do want to see promise in him this season. Want to see him do well for us. As Darnell Johnson, just over Carvalho, because I know there's a little bit of controversy going around him, or was, in real life. Plus, Brennan Johnson is 20 years of age and will grow into that cam position, I feel like, for the future. As Lewis Grabban is up front over Lyle Taylor as well, because Lyle Taylor is 31 as well. Grabban's 33, but Taylor's not really going to progress himself, so I'm going to go for the more experienced and greater rated striker. That's what we're going to start off with anyway, as we're going to get a style together. I'm going to have to make this off screen because we've got signings as well to make. Now, have we got any players on loan who are decent? Well, George Shelby's learning out of Mansfield Town, not the best. Actually, Max Lowe is only on loan from Sheffield United. Still, he's an improvement on what we've got, so we'll opt with him. We've got Jed Spence on loan from Middlesbrough. Osese Tutu from Arsenal. We could try him out, see if he's got a career here. Of course, Garner from Man United, and Harriata is out at Charlton. Okay, I mean, he is aging a bit, him into Zincanelli, yes, is on loan from Watford as well. And Nuno da Costa, 30-year-old, is on loan at Cayenne. Can't see him having an impact when he gets back. As for players here, I think I'm going to try and loan a couple of these rotational players. Not the likes of Mighton and ones that might push for the starting 11, but ones that we won't play, likes of Smith, another backup goal. Oh, do we need 3? I'll opt with 3 keepers for one, shall I? The likes of Loic so we can get him out for a bit. And doing all of this is actually reminding me we've got to set our youth up, of course. Youth Academy is important, isn't this? As well as signing players, and we do have the money to sign, so let's have a look at our budgets. Look at that. We can either alter them, because we're not going to be paying anyone 100 grand a week. 14, well, 15 million we'll say. That is absolutely spot on for the start of a championship save with a team near the bottom of the league, like I've said loads of times. As youth development, sign 3 players younger than 20-year-old. We can do that. Sign 4 players, goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, forward. Okay, they are expecting a lot for a medium youth development plan. That's a lot in my opinion. Brand exposure, get a streak of 7 games where 1 goal is scored. We can try that and sign 1 veteran player. Bit weird. I would go for youth personally. As domestic success, they want us to gain automatic promotion. Are you sure? I'm not, as they want us to get into the round of 16. And financial, sell 2 team players and sign 2 crucial to replace them and finish the season without any unspent budget. So we can spend the money we've got, and they want us to sell 2 players and replace them, which I feel like needs doing anyway. Team, of course, is crashing a bit in real life, as Jonathan Tucker is our scout. We'll use 1 for this first season. I always opt for 1 in the first. Send him out for 9 months, so that's going to be a bit of our budget gone, yes, as we've got a youth academy already in. What's this going to like? It should be promising, as we've got Thiando Tete, who's 60 rated at 17. Not bad. Tommy Osborne can get released straight away. 36 rated is not my cup of tea. Angus Dunbar looks okay. But for once, not many that I would really say are standing out to me. You usually have that one player who just goes all the way. The potentials are good. Potential in Injakio Ojeda is very good, but not his rating. So I've put all the training drills out on them, as we've got a message right here. Youth Academy report. That's what we've already looked at. Visions and expectations are what we've already read. First scout report, we can have a look at that in a second. And introductions. I will introduce when the captain comes to me. Could be Joe Worrell, of course, as we've got AZ Alkmaar, Udinese and Trabzonspor as our first games in pre-season, before we start with Coventry, which is probably going to be in the next episode. Sorry to disappoint. Then Wimbledon, Bournemouth, Blackburn, Stoke and Derby. It's good to say some of these championship teams again, because it's been quite a while since I've actually been in the 2nd division of English football. I'm glad to be back. As here is the message. Joe Worrell, greetings on behalf of the whole team. We've got an exciting future ahead of us. Now we can go on ahead and finally go to this first game. So we're going to go with our first lineup, of course. The team that we just crafted. Then we'll change it up for the next one, which I actually could do with making another team sheet to do just that. But for now, let's see what we can do against AZ Alkmaar, as we're going to quick sim the game. So go right up there. That's going to catch me up so many times not doing that straight away. So let's have a look what the result's going to be. Please, can we start off bright? It's a defeat. It's a Pavlidis with their goal, Zinkenagel with ours, who I said will be our main man this season anyway, and Jordi Klaassen, the ex-Saints man, winning it for the Dutch. So it looks like we might have work to do, as we've got a bid straight away as well. We're going to just reject all this. I know how to do these, as Ryan Yates has been approached in a swap deal. Itiang Tinga, who looks actually alright, but not enough money as well for Ryan Yates. 70 rated, 23-year-old. I feel like he's got promise. As Loic so though, I don't want him to go out on a loan to buy, so I will delegate that just for a loan to Gremio. I don't want to lose him, as Feyenoord want Zande Silva as well, a loan to buy. delegate this. I don't want to lose any of my players for money. So I've gone right ahead here and made my reserve lineup. So these are in second command when one of our first teamers get injured. So I'm going to look at the reserves, look at my first team. If one player doesn't play well in my first team, it goes to the reserve player in their position. That's the philosophy I am bringing in to my career mode. Stamping down on it, of course, as look at their formation as well. Doesn't want to go any more pencil shaped with that Udinese, as we're going to test it out. Can we get a win? It's a 2-2 draw. As let's have a look at the goal scorers. It's Mighton with the first, Delafeu with one for them, Graban, and then Delafeu with a brace again, but at least it's not a defeat. I think I actually forgot to swap the lineups there as well. Oh well, we live and learn, of course we do. As at least we've got a point on the board as well, as Ibe-So's Gremio deal's been accepted. That is good. As Xande Silva should be the same, and Brian Oyeda has got a 1-year loan deal to Burnley on his hands. That will be accepted. That's one of the weird things that happens in football nowadays. You literally see players who are not performing going higher up and players that are performing going lower down. It's just all over the place, as we will accept that and get that one done. As I'm going to get the right team out for Trabzonspor. This is the reserve side. What can it do? As we're going to go to Quick Sim again and see if we can get a result. It should be, as we've lost this one though, Cornelius with the goal for the Turkish side. So that's us probably out of pre-season, but it gives us time for transfers, and it might give us time to actually get our first game on screen in this episode, which will be an absolute masterclass of a show if it happened, as Sean Morrison's gone to Rio Vallecano. That's a weird signing to see pop up. Honestly phenomenal, as Scott McKenna has a bid right here. Fabio Carvalho's in the offer as well, who is a very, very good Fulham player to get in an offer for our centre-back. Do we take it? I'm going to reject it for now. You might be screaming your heads off at me, but like I say, I like to see my teams play before I actually make any big judgments on them. So we'll just leave it for now, stand off, take a minute, see what happens when we make our team. And I've got players very, very high up on my scouting radar, as we've got more offers in right here. It's, who's this? It's Istanbul. Offering in for Bryce Samba, our goalkeeper, and that is a position you just can't afford to sell at the start of the year, so that's got to be a no. So I'm still looking at this team and still thinking, where do I strengthen up? I feel like right back potentially, and then maybe a central midfielder on a permanent to replace Garner, and then left wing is our weakest position, but that is a position I want to keep strong for Mighton to stay in, because he's a very, very talented player that I want to see go very far with this team. He's like in the international setup for England and all that, as that's a very, very good thing for him. But we keep on moving on, as I just saw Henderson go to Paris FC, not Paris FC, Paris Saint-Germain, which I'm going to ignore, because that is honestly unbelievable, as we have our first player. You might have just seen his name pop up right there, that I do want to sign. I'm going to go straight over there, as I've sent loads of scouts out as well. We need to sign a veteran. Would I consider him a veteran? I would, because he's won so much at Celtic. He is actually in the money business, as Tom Rogic will want a big wage, but I do want to bring him in to Notts Forest. The Cam Australian can do it in the SPFL at the top, so can he do it in Nottingham? Let's see if we can approach him. Look at this. Oh, this is good cinematics. Look at that, looking at the phone as well. This is what next gen gets you. It gets you these cinematic sequences, as it's glad. I say, hi, glad you could make it. Let's sit down, please. Yes, let's talk. Let's get down to business as we look at them beautiful wooden blinds. Look at them. What wood do you think they're made out of? As we're going to go and, of course, offer 2 million. Bang on his evaluation to start off with. I just love that suit he's wearing. He looks like a failed businessman, but we're going to hopefully be successful. As he says, it's reasonable. Very nice. So now it's just down to the contracts, as we've got the laptop up there. Just a picture of the club's crest, you know, no Google or anything on it, as he's arrived right here in Nottingham. Let's try and get down to business straight away, shall we? Hopefully he is comfortable already, as we're going to offer him. He's going to want important. I'm going to try rotational, but I can see him wanting important, and that is completely fine, as yes, we will accept that anyway. He can come in and be that as contract length. We will go for 3 years, takes him up to 31. That's perfect, that's what he wants. Disregard the release clause, which is perfect, and he wants to take a wage decrease. Signing on bonuses are very expensive. I actually am going to try and be a little bit cheeky and take them down, but that is completely fine if he comes back and still wants it. We'll down that a little bit, the signing on fee, of course. See what he says. He still wants it pumped up, so we will accept it. Tom Rogic, without any means necessary, no nooks or crannies in the contract, will join us as our first signing, not only in the Forest career mode, but of the whole FIFA 22 start. Great signing, that one. Does he tick off the veteran thing though? No, he doesn't, which is slightly concerning. Still, I've got players in mind who we can sign elsewhere in the team, as Rogic will come straight in there. Brennan Johnson, it's going to be hard to fit him on the bench, you know, because Joe Lolly is actually a cult hero, I see, at the Forest, so I do want to keep him here as well. So Brennan Johnson might have to wait his turn, or possibly find a loan deal, as Tom Rogic is nowhere near getting stepped out of that team. I just love him and Graban, the idea of them two up front, experience, just tearing up the championship. That's definitely going to happen, right? As we've got more contract things in right here, and another offer for Bryce Samba, this time from Bournemouth, with Steve Cook in the picture, the centre-back. Pretty decent player, but not a goalkeeper, which is the position I'd need if he left. And it's a shame that as well, because if they would have offered, what's his face, the other goalkeeper they have, Travers, if they would have offered him, I might have actually thought about it. Very decent Irish upcoming goalkeepers. We keep getting our scout reports back, but no one just tickling me fancy. Apart from the player I maybe have found right here, and it's again from the club we have two players coming from. Well, one wasn't a Watford player, but Zinkernagel is. Tom Cleverley. Now, this guy's definitely a veteran. He's definitely, I don't know why I'm focused on that as well so much, but I do want to get one in. Tom Cleverley just fits the bill. He can be with Garner, lead him through. He's been at Man United, where he is, of course, right now. He's been at Watford, where Garner didn't work out. He can come in and just steady the ship with him, so straight in for him again. Zinkernagle's kit right there on the wall, looking at the phone, don't need it to ring, as we will go ahead and offer, well, just below his evaluation, because he is an aging player. We'll go for 2.6 to start off with, and they say it's reasonable. Look at that, I'm even shocked. They're accepting it. So let's see what he wants. He wants a crucial role, which is one of our financial objectives anyway, so we'll go for on this occasion. He wants a 2-year contract. He's doing all the talking, so we'll just let him do it, as he's got a player face as well. Absolutely love that. Now he's back in the Premier League, as the wages, they are quite high, but Rogic's was way high as well, so I can see why he wants that. We'll go for 25, meet him a little bit lower down, as he doesn't want to settle for that. 26, I've got to be cheeky. I've got to get this team to the Prem and save as much money as possible to sign other players to get there, so he doesn't want to go for it, but he'll take his appearance fee down, so we'll accept that, as Tom Cleverley is the second signing of the day. And that's a sign I see as very good business come the end of the window, as he comes straight into that starting 11. Doesn't work because he's not CDM, but he will work. Trust. That team just looks phenomenally improved, phenomenally better in my opinion. Just great. I absolutely love this series already. I haven't even played the first game yet, which I want to do today, as Brennan Johnson as well has an offer from Inter for him. 3.5 million completely out of the blue, so yeah, this is going to be goodbye, I feel like. I'm going to negotiate it. Of course I want more money from a big club like Dan James. He costs 10 million to Man United, so I'm going to delegate this. We're going to try and get at least 5 million. No, we'll go for 4.4 and then up this all the way. Well, not start the offer at that, but we'll start the offer at 10. As no, nothing's agreed on that one, so I know in future to just accept them straight away. I do like realism in my saves. If you haven't been on this channel before, realism is a big aspect of the game to me that just adds to it. It like makes the save feel, I don't want to say real, because of course that's what I mean, but yeah, it just makes it fun. Not just keeping all the best players for yourself then, are you? As now we've got monthly scout reports. No one was in that. More player reports. Beautiful stuff. So I'm also going to go ahead and put all the team on development plans themselves to see how we can improve them, as that's been instantly done as well. So we'll simulate on. Hopefully reach that game, of course, as what's this one on about? We've not brought enough players in to strengthen the team, Joe Worrell says. Just leave that up to me, mate. I was going to say, let me simulate up to the Coventry game, but before that, make a sign-in. Yes, signing number 3. 3 is going to happen today. Manfred Olgalde from FC Twente, the Costa Rican striker, 19-year-old, just came up on my scouting report, and I absolutely love the look of him. 65 rated. 2 of our strikers are getting old. join us. As we're going to be offering, we'll offer 1 million for this guy. It is cheapskating it a little bit, that, so I expect them to say something back. But they've said they've wasted their time right here. I did not expect that message straight away. 20 representative. But he's gone ahead and said it. I don't think it was a walking out fee, but maybe they could have just asked for more. So that's us without that backup striker I wanted. But still, I think the striker option is one to go down, trying to get one of those in before the window. But of course, you guys can suggest your players you want me to sign as well. Get them in the description below. As yes, we're moving to our first game right now though, after the press conference, to see how we can do. I've had to pick a starting lineup for this first game as well, and this is what I'm going to opt for. You're seeing the starting lineup already made. It's Bryce Samba in the goal, Drager, Worrell, McKenna and Lowe at the back, Mighton, Yates, Garner just over Cleverley because of course of his experience in this squad. He's been here a year. Cleverley just does not walk through the door straight into the lineup, with Zinkernagel kind of doing that, but he's had pre-season and done well in it. With Rogic the same, he had a pre-season game under his belt, and Graban. So we're going to test this out. Apologies to all these reserves that don't get game time, especially Brendan Johnson, who of course was going to be in the starting lineup, but we made a signing as we move into our first game straight away against a high-flying Coventry in real life, but hopefully it's different right here. As here's the stadium. We are at Moulton Road. Of course, it's not the real life Coventry Stadium. It's the, not the Cacom, the Rico Arena. They've just moved back to, of course, their actual stadium as Lee Dixon's gone. You can't hear it, but Lee Dixon has gone on the commentary, which I love to see. Sorry, Lee Dixon, but I always like to see change as they've got the tracksuits on. Brilliant feature of this game. And we've got to be on the ball. As we're going to have a look at their team right here. It's Simon Moore in goal, ex-Sheffield United. Todd Kane at the back with Michael Rose, Kyle McFadzean, Jake Clark-Salter and Ian Matson on loan from Chelsea. It's 5 right there with Ben Hamer, Callum O'Hare, the danger man, and Ben Sheaf in the midfield. Gyökeres and Tyler Walker, an ex-Nottingham Forest player. Not even player, youth academy graduate right there. I think he was anyway. Well, he was there when he was very young. I know that, 19 years old. So we've got to be on our very, very best of form today to beat these. They're a decent team and an underdog to try and stop us. As here we go. It's a weird thing seeing this right now in a weird camera angle, but of course it's a bit cinematic. Tell me in the comments below if I change it from this, but I might go with it for the first game. Let's test it out. I'm going to start with Max Lowe running down this wing. He has to come back and give it to Mighton, who'll put his hand up to try and receive the ball right there. Just going to float it over the top though. A very nice floater ball right there in the middle, but we've lost it straight away. And now they're going to try and run at us. It's Gyökeres in the middle, and oh dear, looks like they're up for the counter-attack right here. Haven't got the ball. Do like this kit we're wearing as well, I've got to say, as they're charging at us. Ben Hamer, let's focus up. Come on. As we get a tackle in right there. And I've just had to pause the game to put my favourite thing of FIFA on. The indicator above the head of the player as Walker charging in a bit right here. Gyökeres trying to skill past us. And a good tackle from Scott McKenna, who came to the side. And Zinkernagel, he's got pace. Let's get him running as he's down this wing. He's already round one. Go on, Zinkernagel. You have got the pace and strength to get past these. Look at this run. He's got a man at the back post arriving and grabbing at the front as it's blocked. Straight away, you can see we're screaming at our players right there as Lewis Graben should have made that 1-0. Oh, it was close to a handball as well. Very, very close. He's going to whip the ball straight in as well. Zinkernagel to the back. Oh, he ran around as well, but Jake Clark-Salter with the clearance onto Scott McKenna, who I don't want shooting, but Mighton can shoot from range and hit the post. Good start to this game. You can tell we mean business as now Callum O'Hare on it straight away onto Ben Hamer. Hamer's been tackled. Yates has lost out on it though, and oh, it's O'Hare. We almost took him out in the box as well. Good skill around us, and it's into the roof of the net. Coventry take the lead in this one, and it's Callum O'Hare who has the opening goal for, what is it, the Dragons? They've got a dragon on the kit this year, haven't they? Yeah, I don't know what they are, the Bluebirds, but I don't care. We are now losing our first game of the season, courtesy of a great Callum O'Hare goal. Look at that slick footwork, blasted into the roof of the net. And Bryce Samba stood absolutely no chance. 1-0. Pretty disheartened by that one. As now Max Lowe, though. We've got to try and get ourselves back in the game immediately. Tom Rogic with the ball over the top to Zinkernagel, who's got Drager running in behind him as well. Dragan's going to have to pull this back as well. Into Gardner. Joe Gardner, what can he do? Can we try and instantly level this? Good run from Gardner. ran too much into Todd Kane though, as Yates goes for a slide. Misses that though. Tyler Walker into Gyökeres as Victor loses it right there. And this looks like a very tight game. We've had more possession, but it's just passing us by. Gardner with the ball though into Lewis Grabban, who can shoot on the angle, and it's a good save from Simon Moore. A very nice save low down right there as we still trail right here. But that's onto Grabban as Grabban wins his header to the back post. And Worrell can't arrive. Max Lowe fighting for the ball in their box as he wins it right here. It's almost half time as well in this one. As now Ryan Yates receives it back into Joe Gardner, who's going to take range. And he's hit the crossbar and it's over. It is over the bar. That's 2 chances now we've had where we've hit both the post and the bar. We are just keen on hitting that woodwork. It is a corner ball still though, as we're going to whip this front post. Zinkernagel. We had a man charging it down right there, but now it's Myton with the chest down as he's going to hit it from range, and that's come off Rose. That's going to be another ball for us, and another one into that danger zone. Zinkernagel, Scott McKenna rising, Worrell winning, Myton on the edge of the box hits it again, and that's going to be yet another corner. How many have we had this game? I don't know. With Zinkernagel putting that one at the front post, he's definitely going to improve on them, but still Myton to win that header onto Zinkernagel again, who can try and charge into the box, but ultimately tackled. As that's the break as well right there. We are 1-0 down to Coventry at half time. It's not been a bad half from us at all though. We've literally dominated it, but still we need to be better. Tom Rogic as well, a bit non-existent for me. Need to try and grow into the game and need to try and do something special. As the other game in this competition, 0-0 Fulham, and I think it was Blackburn, but we don't care about that. We need at least a point from this one. Can't be letting that Callum O'Hare goal stop us, as they've got a pass into the middle right here. Walker, our ex-player, Worrell throws his body at it and needed to do so, as the ball's come out to Zinkernagel as well, as he's going to just roll that ball back. First skill move attempted, and a PS5 controller, but paid off as now Lewis Grabban's got space to run into. Man out wide as well. It's going to go into Alex Myton. Good touch, whips it in back post. Onto the line where the keeper was, as Tom Rogic with the ball right here, and I'm cooking up 2 substitutions. I won't tell you who they are, but you'll see them happen in a minute, as now Garner with the ball in the middle. Grabban flicks it onto Rogic, who's tackled instantly as well, as we're almost on the hour mark, and we still haven't really got many shots up and running in this second half, which is rather concerning. But still, this season is a marathon and not a sprint, as we've tried to get the ball right there. Ben Sheaf, not successful. Callum O'Hare now onto Walker, and Hamer not winning the ball right there, but it's into Gyökeres as Drager does win the ball straight away. The right back just charging outfield as well with it, as he gives it to Tom Rogic. Tom Rogic's going to have to pass it back, and this is a chance down this wing. It's Zinkernagel. What can he do right here? Philippe Zinkernagel runs inside, gives it to the edge of the box where Garner is. Can he shoot from range? He can! And not a million miles away, as the double substitution is occurring. You can see Lyle Taylor for Lewis Grabban and Zinkernagel for Joe Lolly. Yes, subbing the big man to start off with right here. No one is safe in this lineup, as they've got a defender injured as well. Lyle Taylor. Don't like to say it about injured players, but you've got to get at him. Gyökeres is getting at us right here. It's into Walker, blocked. Ryan Yates in front of the defence. Coventry have not been quiet in this game, but we seriously need this goal, as Alex Myton onto Taylor. He's going to give it out wide to Joe Lolly, and can the 2 substitutes link up? Joe Lolly, Lyle Taylor making a run through. Joe Lolly's back in the middle. Can't really get it in. Trying to force it and can't. As I am seriously bricking, we won't get it. However, Joe Lolly with a block. He looks very, very up for this. Hasn't got much of a pre-season under his belt, as well as now Joe Garner drops it off. It's Ryan Yates. Can he shoot from range? I'm not going to try it. Into Lyle Taylor instead. Cuts away. Alex Myton's out wide. Didn't really need to cross that, but did. Get that through the middle. And it's straight into Jake Clark-Salter, as there's 10 minutes left of this one. We urgently need a goal to try and stop us from early season defeat, as there's now literally 7 minutes on the clock, and Walker with a chance forward, but McKenna in the way. This is on to Lyle Taylor, who's dropped very far back. Look how organised their defence is though. 5 of them all stood at the back, trying to keep us out from getting a late equaliser, but still, we're going to keep on going. Rogic with a pass. Lyle Taylor. 3 minutes left as Yates blasts one forward, tries to catch him out and cannot. And Joe Worrell putting the pressure upfield, as they've got a great through ball right there. It's Hammer, it's on to Gyökeres, who's through on goal, and Samba can't get there. Coventry wrap it up, And the scenes are there. You can see the hosts have won it by their celebrations. Look at that. They know they've got the opening day victory. Coventry City have done us at their place at the Ricoh Arena. Celebrations just absolutely mental. I wish that was us, but hasn't been so. It's a marathon, not a sprint though. As Gyökeres, great movement into that top bin. Bryce Samba, no chance. And it's opening day defeat for our Forest boys. Oh, it's going to be a hard one to take. Look at this. Carvalho straight on the ball. He's just come off the bench. Can we get one back? I'd like to score in our first game, but it just hasn't seemed that way. And it hasn't seemed like we've had any striker threat at all. Mighton and Garner coming closest, as it's a 2-0 defeat to Coventry. Work to be done. Tell me in the comments what I could have done better. First time using this absolute menace, but I know I could have played better as well. Oh well. It's 0 points to start the season off, but still a window to go in, and still our first home game up across the bay. Yeah, I really don't know what I was trying to say there, but oh well. I'm going to play a rotated side for the next episode as well, because you can see we've got Wimbledon to start that one off. As João Carvalho is saying he's read a lot of stuff about him in the press. The team changes game by game, mate. We've just signed Rogic as well, but yes. Tell me some suggestions on players to sign, tactics, whatever. As you can see right there by the league table, we sit in the relegation zone, which is the exact place they are in real life, 23rd, but this time the rivals are above us. But still, it's early days, and I feel like that was literally my first game. Well, it was my first game of PlayStation FIFA, and of course, the first game of FIFA 22, and I haven't played in quite a few days, which isn't really the best of excuses, but that brings us to an end. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell as well, as like I said, we're on the charge for 4K subscribers, and I'm sure plenty of you new people would please do me a big favour and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in, old or new. Thank you for returning viewers, and thank you for the new ones of you out there. Take care in a bit, and I will see you all in the next part of this save on FIFA 22 right round the corner tomorrow. In a bit, take care and peace.